Hi, and welcome to the podcast. My name is Michael Yon, and this episode is The Art of Meditation. Kuntarkis has been running meditation classes for over 40 years, and it's important to note that there will be some guided meditations in this episode. Please do not engage in these meditations if you are operating machinery, for instance, driving a car. So, welcome, Kuntarkis, and how shall we start this off?
Well, I think the best way to start off, Michael, is to give the people a taste of what meditation is all about. Now, I know that there are hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people just in Australia that do understand meditation completely. And there are some that have an idea, and there are many that will say, oh, I tried that. I can't do it. So the idea of this, called the art of meditation, is to help clear up that it is simple if you're willing to try. So I think the best thing to start off with is, let's do a little meditation with some creative visualization. We'll do it, say, for about 1 minute, just to give the people the idea. And it's so important to the beautiful people that are going to listen to this, is to allow themselves just to be, without any expectations, just to be and go with the guided meditation. So let's begin. I want you to sit or to lie just for 1 moment. And I want you to take a nice deep breath all the way in and fill your lungs, expand your lungs, and let it out. Blow it all out, as if you're blowing out all the greyness that's been hanging around you and within you. Let it go. Take another nice deep breath. Breathe it in, fill those lungs, and let it out. Blow it all out. And just allow yourselves to breathe normally. And allow yourselves just to think about how you're breathing. Try not to breathe too shallow. Just allow enough air to go into those lungs and expand. I want you now to use what is called creative visualization. We're going to take the color red. And the best way to see the color red is an A4 piece of paper, that bright red. Just visualize it. See it before your eyes, but with your eyes closed. Have your eyes closed. Don't force them. Just gently close your eyes and just be. And every little thought that comes into your mind, say next. Don't try to solve it. Don't try to work it out. Just let it be and say next. And you'll see those little thoughts just disappearing. And put your thought mind on that piece of paper that's hanging in front of you. The bright red, the size of an A4 sheet of paper. And just think red. Just think red. Just for a few moments, I'll leave you thinking about the color red that's before your eyes. Think red. Okay. Now you may say, I didn't see anything. It doesn't matter. The intention was there. That is the beginning. You may say, I didn't feel anything. That's also okay. It's the intention behind your thoughts. This is the beginning. Too many people allow themselves to think logically throughout their life. We are taught to think logically every moment of our existence, from the moment we're born to the moment we pass over. We are thinking logically. Our left brain. There is no creativeness in the left brain. There is only beliefs and conditioning from your experiences. But the right side of your hemisphere is your creative side. Everything is possible. All the information that comes in, it is unbiased. It believes in it all. But when it gets filtered by the left hemisphere, it then dissects it. And by your beliefs and your conditioning, the experiences you had in your life, it will judge it and only give you a certain amount of information. That is called limitation. The idea is not to be limited. Wouldn't you say, Michael?
Yeah, absolutely. I was just reminded of the book Stroke of Insight.
Yes.
Yeah, that book where the lady had a stroke in her left brain and all she was functioning from was her right brain.
I remember that very clearly.
Oh, wow. What an idea.
And if people actually did research, they will actually find, and I don't know where to find it, but I know I saw it, and I know a lot of other people have seen it and heard about it. There was an athlete. Now, I'm not sure whether it was in the UK or in the USA, but this athlete grew up. When he was about 16, he started training. And I think he was a pretty big runner, and he got into the possibilities of getting into competition in a big way. But he started to suffer an unusual feeling, this like a vibration going through his head that annoyed him. He couldn't get rid of it. So he went to the doctors, and they couldn't find out what it was, even headaches. So they did what they call a brain check through that machine that you lay down and it goes over you and scans you and takes photos. To their horror, they found the boy had no brain. He only had a stem and a bag full of fluid. Now, for all those years of his life, he was born without a brain. It never developed. And yet, he functioned just like any other human being. Now, that is recorded in history. Where? I'm not 100% sure.
And it's not the only one either.
There are many.
I've heard of another story, yeah.
Yes, there are many. There are some who have half a brain, a quarter of a brain, and yet they have functioned for years and years in their life. Now, meditation can help you discover the peace and the balance of how to use and tap in to your creative side. And it can literally help transform your entire life. And it can literally motivate you to become more than what you are now, if that is your desire.
Is it about connecting the hemispheres in a balanced way? Is that one of the main, maybe, byproducts of meditation?
Yes, from a physical point, yes. But from
as
a
opposed
spiritual...
to stimulating just the right hemisphere.
Exactly. But from a spiritual point, it is your mind that controls not just your body, but every organ in it, and that includes the human brain. So when you meditate and you learn over years, what you'll find is you will find a way of connecting to your mind. And once you find that connection, your whole thought patterns will change because you begin to work from the mind more so than the brain, and the brain follows.
Absolutely, the brain follows. Yeah, the heart rate follows, the breathing follows the relaxation that you might be focused on, whatever you're focused on. What would you get people to focus on if they were... Because people can't just focus on their breath or a mantra or a candle in front of them.
That's where I think it's up to the individual. I think the individual is very, very intelligent, very beautiful, very loving. When you begin to do meditation and practice it daily, that love, that intelligence, that understanding, that wisdom, even the compassion, starts to become more and more important to you because you're starting to connect with the very essence of who you truly are, beyond just the physical matter.
But also, like, the discipline that it takes to be still like that is a bit too much for some people who have a very over-imaginative and active brain. So is that where creative visualization can come in as a form of meditation?
Absolutely. It's like an affirmation. If you repeat an affirmation, say 5 times, 10 times a day, as long as it's not too long because it'll become boring. But if you repeat an affirmation that length of time every single day, your awareness of what you are doing will heighten to a point where you will begin to truly believe it and even manifest it into your reality. Because you are living consciousness. You are not the body. You are not the mind. You're not even the spirit. You are in reality connected to everything, and everything is connected to you.
And so you become connected and you become a part of this affirmation and vice versa.
Absolutely. You are putting positive affirmations into your being, and eventually you will find not just your conscious mind will begin to understand it and connect with it, but your subconscious. And once you connect your conscious and subconscious together, you become aware, not just of what's around you, but what's within you.
And your inner power,
Exactly.
your inner strength and balance.
Now, exactly. Michael, people have asked me over many years, what is meditation? And I often say this: meditation is not the outcome of thinking nor concentration. It is the elevation of one's beingness to higher planes of communication. There are life forms that exist all around us in all these different dimensions and realms and vibrations and different galaxies. And we are this infinite consciousness connected to all of that. And we have the ability to communicate with all our brothers and sisters in all other different dimensions. I've been doing this over the last 40 years of my existence on this planet. And yes, it can take a long time, even a lifetime, but the end result is absolutely magnificent.
So the end result isn't sitting alone and being all quiet and being with nothing. The end result is really communing with higher levels of consciousness.
Exactly. And the knowledge that you connect with and is given freely to you can not just only enhance your way of life, but it can enhance all of humanity.
Wow. Well, as Deepak Chopra says, you go into the gap and the universe will reveal itself to you.
Exactly.
So you're in this gap when there's silence and
Yes.
it'll roll around in ecstasy at your feet.
Exactly.
If you just pause and...
Exactly. And that's how powerful meditation is. Now, I'm just going to first of all, I want to explain one of the meditations that I do. We won't do this one at this moment, but we may later on. It's stilling the mind. And how you still the mind is just to sit, just to be in the moment. It's a difficult process for many, I know. But if you really have that desire to connect to who you truly are and to gain the wisdom that is infinite in all things, it's worth it. And it doesn't mean that you have to give up your material world or your material gain. In fact, you will enhance it 10 times fold, 100 times fold, because only you are the power that drives you. Nobody else. Nobody can grant you or give you anything.
So you're saying you'll enhance your life even just by doing a little bit of
Yes.
meditation every day
Yes.
on the stillness.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it makes me think that there's certain techniques, there's certain thought processes that you get into a habit with so that you're able to get into your stillness.
My most popular one that I have used all my life, and that is to put your thought onto your heart and just listen to your heartbeat. You see, the heart is so much more than what we truly believe it is. The heart has far more capacity when it comes to memory than the human brain. Now, many will argue this, but it's actually scientifically proven.
And memory of, what's the word, precognitive memory as well.
True.
As in that what might pop up that we're not physically aware of yet.
Absolutely. Let's take you on just this little journey. It'll be about a 5-minute meditation.
Okay, a 5-minute meditation. What's this one called? What's this one like?
There's no name.
No
It's
name?
just spontaneous.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. Now, to the ones who are listening and to the ones who want to participate in this little meditation, it's roughly around about 5 minutes. I want you now to sit again or to lay. Sometimes laying is far better. It just allows you to have total freedom of your physical self. Sometimes when you sit, your head will drop. So you choose how comfortable you want to be. Again, take a nice deep breath. Feel that air, that oxygen, expanding your lungs. And then let it all out. Take another deep breath. breathe it all the way in. Feed your entire inner being with this oxygen and let it out. I want you now to come to your heart center. Put your thought on your heart and feel that there is this beautiful ball of white light all around your heart center, emanating within your heart and around your heart. Now feel that light expand internally, all the way down to the tip of your toes, then all the way up to the top of your head, down your arms to your fingertips. And just soak yourself in this light. If you truly believe that this light exists, it does, because you breathe it in every single moment you take a breath. It's all around you, and it's all within you. It is pure energy, and this energy is what made up the universe. So breathe it in and feel this light emanating out through the pores of your skin, all around your outer body, cleansing away anything that disturbs you or has haunted you or just annoys you. Let it go, let it go, let it go, and be peaceful. To use your imagination, put your thought on this point. Feel as if you are rising out of your body, an identical copy of yourself, rising up and standing and looking down at your body. I want you to look at your body, and I want you to admit to yourself how beautiful you are. Because this is the body you have chosen to be in this lifetime. And I want you to see two little special features. First, you may see, wow, I am really beautiful. Wow, I have a great body. And then I want you to say to yourself, I love my body. That's all. Say it. And the more you say something, the more it will become your reality. Just think of all the negative things in life you have said about yourself and others. You may deny it, but you know the truth. And that's okay, because that's how you felt. Now, using your imagination, I want you to see yourself on the edge of a cliff. And this cliff comes out. And you're standing on the edge of it. And as you look up, you can see the sky. You can see the sun. You can see the white clouds. You can smell the air. You can feel the breeze blowing around you. You can smell nature. You may even hear birds. Just be. Just stand there for a moment and put your hands out at the side of your body and look up to the sky and say these words. I love you because I know that I am a part of all there is, and all there is a part of my being. I am light, I am light, I am light. I am that I am. I want you now to open your eyes, lower your arms, and look down. And as you look down, it may give you a little bit of fear. But you got to realize right in this moment that fear has no power unless you give it power. And you refuse to give it power in this moment because you are free from any negative experiences you may have had. Remember this, you are limitless. And as you look down, you can see below you a valley, the trees, how tall they are. And it's like you are standing above everything. You are so high up. I want you to take a leap of faith, to believe that you are so much more than just your physical self. I want you to leap out and fly and know that you have the power of flight because you are limitless. You are not bound to the limitations of your physical experiences from this life and all the lives you have led. You are in this moment beyond it. And I want you to fly. Fly straight out. However you wish to fly. You may fly like Superman. You may fly standing up, going straight forward. However you choose. And just for a few moments, fly in the sky of love and believe what you are doing. Believe in this moment and allow yourselves to have the freedom to be limitless. I'll leave you for a few moments and enjoy. Enjoy your creativeness in your own imagination, because that is a gift of life. Okay, I know that we're cutting this short, but this is just a sample of your limitless being, experiencing something that you may have never experienced before. It's called the wonderment of your imagination, because whatever you can imagine, your thoughts, be it negative or positive, can and will create it. I want you now to fly back up and see yourself standing on the edge of that cliff. And as you stand there, look up to the sky, put your arms out and say, thank you. And say thank you with gratitude to whoever you believe in, because it doesn't matter what you believe in, because it's all comes from one place, one entity, one everything. And you are a part of that everything. Now turn and see your body. Use the power of visualization and see your body lying before you. And say to your body, we are so much more than just our physical self. And I want you now just to slip back into your body, line yourself up perfectly, and say this, I am now back in my body 100%. And begin taking a deep breath. Begin to move your legs, your arms, your neck. Wriggle around a little to give you that feeling of being back in the physical. Begin to open your eyes gently and know that you are back. You are back listening to myself and to Michael.
Oh, that was nice. Thank you. Oh, that was great. I was doing swirls. I was doing swirls in the sky.
Yeah, I was doing the same.
Yeah.
I've learned to separate my essence from my physical self. And I can express, and it's like there's a higher essence of who I am, just like there is a higher essence within every human being on this planet. And we can learn to make contact with that essence. And what it does, it controls the vehicle perfectly in its expressions, in its movements, in its complete awareness. And it allows the essence of your spirit, your infinite consciousness, to expand outwardly to experience exactly what is being expressed. So I've got the best of both worlds.
Yes,
And
you're basically saying you're doing it both.
Exactly.
You're expressing and you're doing it. Yeah.
Yes. And that's all created simply through one word that is magic. And that's called imagination.
Well, I had a question about imagination that popped up throughout
Yes.
the meditation. What would it be like? What would meditation be like? And I don't know how to phrase this question, but what role does imagination have in raising your level of consciousness to higher realms of communication? This meditation, how does imagination play a part in meditation?
Okay. You know how you have a thought? You cannot have a thought without imagination, because your thoughts are imagination. So every time you have a thought, you are using your imagination to express, to move an object, to create an object. So if you can use that and create in the physical world, you then use your thoughts and your imagination to create your reality in spirit world or in higher vibrations. So without thought, and this goes for every single life form that lives in all dimensions and galaxies and vibrations and realms, you cannot exist without thought, because that is what created consciousness at the beginning of creation. There was nothing, and then there was a thought of life, and life began.
Wow, it just made me think about imagination as how we connect in this reality with our left brain, where we're just agreeing on certain imaginations being the same. Whereas I guess what I'm saying is that imagination is free form, and everything exists just as much as everything else. Some of us obviously we think of as imagination as free and made up, and yet one isn't the other necessarily. I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
Yeah, people look into a dictionary and they look up what imagination means, right? And then they accept that from a very physical level of understanding. And they're taught from the day they're born by their parents, by teachers, by society, by governments, by media, all about logic, to be a logical thinker, never really to be a creative thinker. And so we go through life, and probably 85%, even higher, can live their entire existence being logical. And most will say that's fine because that's all they understand. They've never been given the opportunity to go beyond that. So they live by their experiences, which create their existence, not just their past, but their present and their future. But if we could teach children at an early age and say run programs in schools where they are taught to use their imagination and meditation, or the other way, creative visualization, by the time they leave school, they will have a very unique ability.
Well, already they have a unique ability, don't they? They are more in touch with their imagination and their creative visualization than the rest of us. Children are already more in touch, correct?
I agree with that,
So
yes.
so by enhancing that and teaching them how to use this, they become very, very powerful, heartfelt beings.
Absolutely. We actually should be instilling imagination into our children in such a big way, but teach them the difference about daydreaming or imagination.
What's
because
the difference?
daydreaming is maybe something will come along. But when you focus in your thought power on imagination to create something, it is actually being created.
When you focus, something's actually being created. You're
Yes.
creating something yourself.
Exactly.
You're choosing to use your imagination to create something versus daydreaming where something comes along and takes its own flight. Okay.
Exactly. Can you imagine if we could open ourselves up to understand what is floating around us? That there is actual living energy, consciousness that is right up against our body now, and we are literally walking in it. Every time we move just an arm, we are flowing in a mist of pure energy, pure consciousness. And if we are in touch with our inner self and we are aware of this process, this energy, we can utilize that energy to create on a higher level of understanding. That's how beings that live in a fifth dimension and seventh dimension and 10th dimension, those vibrations do not have the physical body as we know it. We are dense in matter as we are organic in our thinking. But they have the ability to create everything from thought into energy and manifest that energy into that thought pattern, which becomes their reality. That's the difference. And I've been in contact with beings like that for probably 30 years, 35 years of my life. And what they've explained to me has just blown my mind. And when you get knowledge that you don't fully comprehend and you have fear, right, it can be difficult for a little while. But the more you start to see the possibilities by using your imagination, you start to see the reality of that truth. And it changes everything what you believed in. And that can be scary to many people, because most people, no, I shouldn't say most, let's just say some people are very fearful of change. They want to just live the way they are. They don't want change. And that's what's sad, because they produce children to the same manner of thinking.
Well, the positive change, taking a small step might be to simply take a little bit of meditation into your daily life. Just a little bit of meditation which opens up your imagination and opens up a deeper connection to yourself.
Absolutely, Michael.
Bit by bit we're growing as people.
Yes, but we have to start. And you only have to start just by 1%. It's like if, let's say a person who ate junk food, for instance, and that's all they lived on. Well, let's say they're in their 30s and we look at their parents. And if their parents, in most cases, can be very similar. So what we've produced is a clone, because genetically it's encoded to live those patterns of life. Now, somebody comes along and gets into their life, like a relationship or even a friend, and they live very differently, but they don't push it onto them. They just become the living example. That other person looks at it and says, wow, that person looks really healthy. They're a friend of mine, or they're my wife, or they're my husband. I would like to feel that health. So they begin the process by one thought to make a change. And before you know it, they have great changes.
Great benefits.
Great benefits.
Yeah, and it starts with one step, one
Yes.
thought at a time.
Yes, 1 foot at a time, like a baby, taking its first step. 1 foot at a time, like a baby, crawling. Crawls 1 moment at a time.
Well, are there different... I was thinking, you've actually advised me on some different types of meditational tools over the time that I've known you. I was wondering if you might talk about some of them.
Name a few and I'll...
Okay, well there's... Holosync, Hemisync, guided meditations, the idea of subliminal tones and words.
Okay. Do you know, the Buddhas, I remember a long, very long time ago when I existed in another life, and I remember I created the perfect tone which highlighted my vibration and put me at complete peace. And what it was a brass bell that was huge. And the original bell that was in this monastery was made out of iron. Even though iron was good, it was very earthy, too earthy. And the vibration could actually, over a long period of time, create an imbalance in the body's energies. So I decided at a young age, when I was placed there, to create something that had harmony. So I created a bell out of brass. And when it was toned, different shape, different form, and hit with a piece of brass, the vibration was so pleasing to my energy.
Can I guess that it was your heart chakra that it was resonating with, or was
You
it?
would say you would be right in what you just expressed. Yes,
Okay,
Michael.
because each chakra within us, and it has a different ability to resonate at certain frequencies, and
You know one of the worst metals you can use for a vibration? Aluminium.
oh really? Okay,
If you ever buy a set of chimes, try never to buy aluminium,
okay.
because aluminium is not a real earthly substance. It's a byproduct. And what it gives off is a negative vibe.
Wow.
It might sound nice, but it doesn't give off a positive vibe.
And so brass is more earthly?
Yes,
Okay.
because brass is not a byproduct. It comes naturally from the earth, extracted and created.
It's nice to know most of the classical instruments that are wind instruments are played with brass.
That is one of the reasons why.
Wow.
Yeah. You don't ever hear instruments being made out of stainless steel.
No. I can
Right?
just imagine, I guess, twanginess. Too
Yes.
much, too twangy.
Too twangy. Brass and even
cutting.
copper. Copper
Oh, yeah.
is
Oh,
also
yeah.
beautiful.
I'll bet. That's a lot more,
Yeah.
how do you say, pliable, a lot more
Yes.
soft.
If you could get a brass plate, bore a little hole on either end, like say coming to the center at the top of the plate and going out about, say, I don't know, let's say 10 centimeters either side, and put a bit of fishing line through it and just tie it to something so it's standing free, and then hit it very gently with a brass fork or a little piece of brass metal. And the sound that comes off that is so inviting. Then get a piece of stainless steel or a bit of puma. You know puma?
No.
Well,
Puma.
puma is what they make statues out of,
Okay.
right? And they make all little articles out of it and they sell it. And it is a beautiful created metal, but it's a byproduct. But if you get the same thing as a plate and do the same thing, it will be dull. There's no real vibration. And the reason I say brass is because brass and copper are actually in our bodies as a chemical,
Ah, right.
right? Now, whatever in the earth is within our bodies in its natural state, but just slightly different in its formulation. Now, we could not survive if we didn't have the elements of earth. We would not survive as a physical being. And we would not survive if we didn't have the elements that are referred to: fire, water, air, earth, spirit. The most important 5 elements of existence for every form of life. That's where balance is. And that's why when you meditate, it's important to have the balance without struggle. So when you sit, say for half an hour, and somebody's taken you through a guided meditation, your head will drop or your head will fall backwards. And if you are out of your body experiencing something bliss, you will come back with a jerk. And you may even end up disaligned and end up having a headache. So it's very important to be comfortable and to teach yourself to be fully present when you are listening to the music, to a guided meditation, or even to something like Holosync. Now, if anybody wants to understand Holosync, save me wasting their time, just go online, look it up, Holosync. And you'll find, I think it's Bill Harris, he's the one that created it. And he creates Holosync through tones.
I believe it's tones that relate to certain
Chakras.
Chakras. I was going to say brain. No, it's
it relates to your chakras.
Wow.
Yes. Your brain will listen to it and it'll record it. But that's as far as it will go.
But it's the
because
lowering of the frequencies, isn't it?
Exactly.
They over waves, over CDs after
That's
CDs,
right.
they lower in frequency.
Yes.
And that's why
So
they call it subliminal, because of how low they are. They're inaudible
exactly.
because of two different tones that are reacting to each other. Two separate tones are being played, and the dissonance between the two of them is what's creating a lower inaudible sound, which is affecting you in a positive way. But I didn't realize it was your chakras that it's actually...
It actually plays with your chakras, exactly. Because your chakras are living energy and they react to vibration. Your brain does not act to vibration because it doesn't understand how.
Okay.
It's never been taught.
Well, what it is doing, like what they talk about, is the delta brain waves. That's what I was thinking of.
Yes, the delta brain waves, that's true. But you
Enhancing
still have,
those
enhancing, Michael, but you still have to teach it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have it automatically.
Wow.
Now, the difference is those tones from Holosync do work on the main chakras of the body, normally between 7 and 11. The 7 that are within your body and the rest are on the outside. But your body does have over 500 chakra centers right throughout it, from your fingertips right up to your shoulders, all the way up to your head, all the way out through every part of your body, including every organ within yourself.
Are these different to
all the
pressure
way...
Exactly.
Exactly.
They're different? Or
Totally
they're the same?
different.
Oh, wow. Chakra
No, they're
points
totally
over
different.
500.
They work in harmony with those points, but they are slightly different. They are vibrating at a different frequency, every single one of them.
They're energy centers.
They're energy centers. And when your main centers, like the 7 that run from the top of the head all the way down to your base chakra, if you wake up feeling headachy, feeling disaligned, feeling wobbly, feeling like you just want to walk to one side, it means that your body, which is called the astral body, is slightly disaligned. In other words, it's not all the way in. It could be an arm, a leg, even the head, or even the shoulder, or any other part. You need to lay down and just concentrate on your heart center, visualize your astral body, your spirit body coming out, then coming back perfectly aligned.
That's a bit unfamiliar for some people. Could you also just basically have a nap and fall asleep and then come back?
Yes.
Yeah. And
Absolutely.
what about exercise? Would that work as well?
No.
No, not
No.
exercise. That
Not
won't
exercise,
work. So you could
no.
really
You'll
have
You'll
That's
probably
amazing.
end up with a massive headache.
Yeah.
Right?
I was just thinking, so you've got an arm that's out of line. You need to
Yes.
basically pull it into line
Yes.
by... Yeah.
Do you remember the saying that most people say, the amputees, when the arm is
Amputees,
gone, amputees, when the arm is gone, right, they say, I can still feel it.
Yeah, that itch.
What
They have
they're-
an itch.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
they're feeling is their etheric.
Yes.
It's still there. The energy is still there. Just because the arm got chopped off doesn't mean suddenly your energy is going to
I think they
disappear.
call it a phantom limb.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a phantom limb.
And so you're saying that you can wake up out of a meditation or out of something being misaligned, and that your phantom limb is not in line with your real one, with your physical
Exactly. Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. That's why most headaches occur, because we wake up unaligned. Misaligned.
one. Does that relate to other headaches as well during the day?
It depends on the toxicity of your human body.
Toxicity, yeah.
Yeah, that can play a big part. I've known a lot of people throughout my life here who have complained about headaches and they can't meditate. And they have headaches basically nearly every day or every second or third day.
Or constantly.
And
Some people say
constantly
they
have headaches.
Yeah.
Some of them aren't bad, but sometimes they come on really bad. And all that is that the body is constantly dumping toxins or being leached from your bowels back through your blood, going into your brain, and the brain goes into panic and it has headaches. And it's a symptom. It's saying that you need to cleanse your body. You need to drink more water. You need to eat good. Respect the essence of who you are. You are living consciousness. You are beyond what you are, but you have to believe that you are more. If you don't, then you just live that simple, conditioned, physical self.
Unfortunately, some people don't think that one thing connects to another, like nutrition
No.
connects to health or headaches. Or
Exactly. It's like saying you are what you think and you are what you eat. What you consume, you become.
You
Whether it's
are.
healthy, whether it's not.
You are how you think, and you are how you eat as well.
Exactly. So it's very important. Now, did you want to ask anything, Michael, about the meditation that we've actually spoken about?
Oh, that was great. I wanted to know, because we're going to wrap up in about 10 minutes. Is there another meditation we were going to do? Do we have time to fit it in?
Okay, I want to do a very simple one, and I want to just use this one as the stillness of your whole being.
Yes.
Okay, let's do this. To the ones that are listening, and to the ones who choose to do this little meditation, either lay down or sit in a chair and make yourself feeling completely comfortable. Don't allow outside noise to distract you. Listen and know what it is, but just allow it to be. Take a nice deep breath, just one, nice and deep, all the way in, and let it out. I want you now to put your thought on your heart, like you did in the first one. And I want you to visualize a beautiful ball of white light emanating all around your heart, and see it expanding internally and going out through the pores of your skin and covering all the way around your body like you're in an egg of pure energy, like a mist of light, pure white light. I want you now to think of something you love. It could be an experience. It could be a journey that you went on or are going on. It could be a person that you just love beyond all imagination. Or it can be about you. I want you to think about that. Just think about it for a moment. And feel from your heart how beautiful that experience is. Now, I want you to let that experience go. And know you can bring it back whenever you choose to. Just let it go. Let it go. I want you now to put your thought that you are covered in this beautiful white light and there is nothing else. And you are placing yourself into what is called the nothingness, the emptiness, the void. And all there is you, the essence of who you are, living consciousness, pure energy. And all you have around you is this beautiful white light. And I want you to expand that light, because you see that light is endless, timeless, and ageless. It is forever. It will never die. It will never perish. It will live for eternity. And feel this light expanding infinitely outwardly. And all you have as you look around is this white light. And there is nothing else. Just this white light. And you are bathing your essence within it. And I want you just to be. No thoughts. Just to be. You don't have to breathe out there. You are just being. Your imagination, through your creative visualization, has placed you there. You are in the stillness of your very being. Pure white light. And all you feel is bliss. Everything is balanced. Everything is perfect. You don't have to worry about the payments on your car, the payments on your house, the kids running around, your neighbours screaming and yelling, whether you love your job or despise your job. You are now in this moment of pure bliss, without thought, without anything. total bliss. Just for a few moments, I will leave you in this light. Okay. You've allowed yourself to experience this. And even if you feel you didn't, there is a part of you that did. Don't let your human ego override the experience that you just had. Allow yourself to truly believe beyond what you normally would believe. And remember this, just because you can't see something does not mean it doesn't exist. Now bring your awareness, your thought, bring it back to your body, whether you are sitting or laying, and allow yourself to be perfectly aligned within your body, feeling good, feeling peaceful, feeling loved, feeling your love. Take a deep breath. Allow this light to be with you forever, because it is with you forever. Begin to open your eyes and know that you are back in your human body, 100%, feeling bliss, happy, loving. Okay, that's that, Michael.
That's that. That was great. It's still, when you're being guided in a meditation, you still have complete freedom with your own imagination to take
Absolutely.
it. It's all still completely individual. It's still yours, isn't it?
Absolutely, Michael.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You don't have to follow a person who's taking you through a guided meditation. You can get the feeling that you want to go somewhere, and you go with it because that's your divine telling you, let's go here. I learned that a very long time ago, and I do that all the time.
I remember that when we met. I think the time we met in a meditation circle, it was there was a bit of turmoil over in the UK, and we were in a guided meditation, and you
That's
just went
correct.
off elsewhere. You went off
That's
and you were
correct.
helping out.
That's correct.
In the UK, I think a
Yeah.
bridge had collapsed.
There are millions and absolute hundreds of millions of human beings that have this awareness without even knowing it, that they go into spirit world or even the astral vibration. They go in and they are helping because that was what they chose to do. Some are fully aware, many are not, but that doesn't matter.
Speaking of awareness, I said to my dad in a dream last night, I said, can you question, and you aware of where your physical body is? And I said this to him in a dream while actually not questioning it myself. So
Yeah.
where is your physical body right now? Are you aware of where it is, you know?
Yeah, that's really good. That's good.
It's a step further, isn't it? It's a step
Absolutely.
closer. Yeah.
You've got to start somewhere, right? We all start somewhere. Just like a child is learning to walk or crawl, you have to start somewhere. But eventually you get there. We all do. Some just takes a little bit longer, and it doesn't matter. Do you remember what Buddha used to say? The path of life is long. And as you climb the tree of life, there are many, many branches. And many go onto those branches. And some go straight to the top. But in truth, it doesn't matter how long you take, because you will all get there.
Indeed. What a nice quote to end this episode. Thank you so much, Kuntarkis. If you'd like to find out more about Kuntarkis, you can go to his website, etcconsciousness.com, which lists several things there, including his books. You can also email him at kuntarkis@gmail.com. You can ask a question about the podcast. You can even book some time with him. Well, thanks for listening. My name is Michael Yon, and stay tuned for more.